was a coolant leak on that pipe there. So I took off I tried to tighten the Jubilee and it tightened so far, and then the thread stripped. And it's strange because that's high grip are usually very good Jubilee. So I have a new one here, and these are really good. They're really strong around here, so they tend never really to strip unless you really ratchet them. So I'm going to go and swap this one on, and we'll get that coolant leak sorted. I put on the new Jubilee clip, put on the 7mm little socket onto the 1/4 inch, and give it a wipe of a cloth so that's dry now, and we'll keep an eye on that. But I'm feeling that's sorted. They're getting a very good grip on it. So that's the kingpin in, no issues at all. The lighter is turning nice and free. So now I can get the piece on the top and the grease seal on there, the felt packer dust and grease seal, like the other side. And we can start building this with the hub, and then get the track rod end. And then I should be able to move to this back left hand side and start getting the brake back and plate off, get the half shaft out. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and then when I have it on 4 wheels again, I'll do a set of track and then. To get this fitted onto the kingpin now, and we worked out that the bolt going through that was unusable. The threads were kind of very bad on it, and it was fairly well bent as well. So I had a look through this tub of bolts. I can see some in that might suit it, but what I'm going to resort to is my tub of bigger bolts. And we'll see if there's something in here that's a little bit better. There we go. There you go. That's the one for it. So I'm going to pick out spring washers, and we'll call that sorted. Delighted. I've tapped in my chisel in there. I have my woodruff key cleaned up a little bit there with a file just to take the dirt off it, and have it tapped in just at that little bit of an angle just to help give a bit of, we'll call it a leading edge. I have the trolley jack holding up the kingpin, so I'll try this now for the fit. Again, I shouldn't be pointing that chisel at myself because they do have a habit of pinging out every now and again. Oh, that's the woodruff key. On. I might need to give that a little bit more of a clean. I'm just looking at it here. The back is a bit dirty, so I'll give that a bit of polishing up first. It's a bit cleaner looking. Just took the heavy bit off. Yeah, that feels a bit better. It's important that this is a snug fit, so you've no free play in your steering. Aha, there we go. So now, not too bad. Let the jack down. Oh, actually, what I'll do is I'll put my bolt through it to hold it in place. Let's look at the other side and see, do I have the nut facing outwards? I do. The nut is facing outwards. So, I'm fairly sure that this bolt actually is for this actual part. I'm lucky I have a spare one. So I'll go and get the ratchet and get a 11/16 spanner, and we'll tighten that up. Now, and then we'll be ready for a dart of grease, and we'll see what this thing feels like. We'll get a bigger socket. Now, one thing I will say is that you'll be a little bit disappointed about is that when you buy these new kingpins, they don't give you a new woodruff key. I just find that as a little bit mean, but that's what they do. So, lads, that feels fantastic. Epic. Really tight, really good. My God. So while the going's good, I'll just go to dart in grease. Feels brilliant. Feel that starting to put any of the excess down and that'll slowly work its way around because the bushings have grooves around them and it allows the grease to travel. So when after I bring this for a test drive and we've used it a bit, I'll go and I'll give everything a dart again. That feels fantastic, really happy with that. So that means now that we're able to start lining up our track rod. Yeah, but first what I'll do is I'll get the hub back on this, and we'll have that much done. So I'll come back when I have that ready to go. Right, hub is here. So if you remember in a few videos back, I have the inner and outer bearings, all the rollers in the new bearings packed with grease, and that really does give them, as the man says, the best start in life. And it's going to slightly grease up that sealing flange there for the grease seal, and do the same in there. Plenty of grease. Okay, so that's that. Our hub. Now, it'll be a bit of a push just to get the bearing lined up, I think. The bearing has a grab on it there, I think. I'll get the rubber mallet and we'll give him a little convincing on there. Okay, that's looking good. Time to give him a little nip on now and we'll see how it feels. Grease seal just needs to be pulled on a bit more. So look in there and see if everything's okay. I'll come back to him when this is done. Just giving the last little rub of grease in around the outer bearing. So now we're ready for our washer and our lock nut. So we can give all that a little tightening up and get a feel for what's going on there. These kingpins do come with their own lock nut, so we'll use it. So again, I always over tighten these first just to get everything bedded in, and that should be nice and smooth. That feels smashing. It's fairly tight on the socket here, but it's still so smooth in there. Tight but smooth, so we'll loosen that off a bit, get it to where we want to be. Get a feel for it. Don't want it too tight because it will cause a bit of heat. I think we're about there is about right. So I'm going to bring that to the next setting. Bring it back slightly, very slightly, to about there, and we'll try our split pin through. Now the split pin that was given is too weak, so I'm going to get a bigger, stronger one. Okay, so I'm eyeing up on here straight away. That looks like it's going to be a stronger affair now. Ah, yeah, that looks a lot better. That's brilliant. I'll go and get pliers and give him a twist and get him facing the right way. Okay. That's the way we want it facing. We'll tap in. That's good. Actually, I want the longer leg of that pin to be facing inward so that I can bend that towards the kingpin. Little chisel. I'll bring you down a bit closer there. You may as well be watching me instead of... Maybe there's a little bit better. Just so you can see roughly what's going on. So I have the longer leg facing inwards because we want to give him the tap in out of the way. Remember the cap has to go on, so you want all of this nice, and that lad probably won't cause any issue, so I'll leave him. And the other side there is perfect as well. So that's that. Okay. Oh yeah, feels A1. So I'll go now and get the cap and make sure it fits, and if it does, I fill up all in there with grease. So you don't want anything to be catching this cap like this split ring, because if you put it into reverse, then the wheel will turn against it and it'll actually loosen this. So you want that to screw in nice and easy the whole way, as far as possible by hand. That's what you want. You know then that nothing is catching it. I had one of these coming loose the whole time on the one in my Ferguson 20 at home, in my home place. I was wondering what was going on, and then when I took it off, I could see that the split pin just was a little bit too big, and it was hard to bend it out of the way. A lot of people years ago used to use nails, and it was just catching the hub, and when the tractor was going in reverse, it used to actually unscrew that. It was actually catching the cap like slightly, enough anyway to get it loosening. Some of these are a little bit rounded on the edges. If they are, I'll just get the file at it and square it up a bit. Lovely. Of course, my hands are so greasy with all the grease slipping. So I'll just give it a final little nip. Now, that should be it. Oh yeah. Talk about a thing of beauty, lads. So I'm going to fit the wheel on now. I may as well put a bit more of the anti-seize on them, and that's done, ready for the track rod.